Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. Today I am going to be talking about cross stitch. Not very much cross stitch, but cross stitch. She wants to lie down. I'm sorry. As I mentioned last week, I haven't been feeling well for a while. And I did go to the doctor last week and he gave me some medication, which is making me feel better overall. But one of the side effects is blurry vision of one of these medications. Yeah. My eyes hurt all the time now. And part of that is because of ongoing stuff with my eyes. But I didn't need that added in the mix. So I would pick up something to stitch and it would become very tedious for me very quickly. So I haven't, I've wanted to stitch. I look at it and go, I really want to do this. And I take it out and don't do very much. So you're not going to see a whole lot of progress. I did, as I was picking these up, I was like, well, I worked on a lot of things. I just didn't get a lot done. So I'm going to move these from where I have them so that they're not right by the mic. I'm going to start in no particular order of however they happen to be stacked over here. So the first one is Winter Berries, Erica Michaels, and I am working on, this is called Ice Show. See, it's the ice skates. And I finished this one, and I think I'm going to hold off on this one until I get some other stuff done. Or I can switch my cross stitch camp piece to this one because I'm very frustrated. So I will talk about that in a second. So this is my progress. Let's see if you can see it. There's little ice skates. This ice skate isn't done yet. As I said, trying to see white on white wasn't something I was willing to do. So I just have a little bit more, and then there's the blades and the little ties here, and then snowflakes everywhere. And I decided to make the skates just plain white rather than the étoile that I picked for that. So they would be different. And so this tiny little bit of shoe and the blades and 1,000 snowflakes is what's left to do on this. So the pattern has 12 snowflakes. And I have completed 2. So 10 more snowflakes to go on that. And my winter berries are obviously not going to be done during the winter. That's okay. My autumn berries weren't done until almost Christmas. So that's okay. I'm still enjoying them. And then last year's Whip Go, it's almost last month's Whip Go call. This was the second one of my Whip Go calls, Cute Boots. I didn't say the last one was by Erica Michaels, but all of my berries are by Erica Michaels. And I'm stitching that on 32 count Stormy Cloud. I'm sorry, I keep telling myself I'm going to look that up, and I did, and I don't remember. this is designed by Joe Gattensby for X's and O's, and isn't he adorable? I thought I would get his little tummy done, but I just wasn't feeling it. That was the whole thing with this. I was like, I don't want to work white on white. I'm done. And this one, I did the bottom part of him, and all I have to do is fill in one more color, and his tummy will be done. And then, you know, the legs and boots and water down here. So it's a little more than halfway done. And the thing is I really want it done. You'd think I'd pick it up more often. I haven't. All right, so I have been doing my Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2023 temperature sow. And since I live in the Southwest, I love the Southwest look of this. If I'm not mistaken, the designer, Kristin Ashley, also lives in the Southwest. I thought I saw something like that once. Maybe like Northern Arizona. I don't know. But we started February, so this is all of January, and normally it has gotten warmer by now. This is why spring training is in Phoenix. The weather is absolutely stunning. And it's starting to get up there. I know that all of you guys are freezing. For us, it's colder than normal. For you guys, it's absolutely disgustingly cold. And I really have been in prayer for you guys that your heat is adequate. I know that when you live in those colder climates, you still have to go to work, stuff like that. You have to go to the doctor, get groceries. And it's brutal. So you guys stay safe. I'm so worried about everybody. And not just the people who are in the cross-stitch community, but in the States in general, when you see what kind of weather is hitting them, you're like, oh my goodness, whether it be tornadoes or hurricanes or, landslides, sinkholes, ice storms. Yeah. Did I just describe what's pictured in Revelation? I don't know. Anyway, here it is. And I just love this little pattern right here to start February. Now, January went this way. February goes this way. March will go this way, and so on. And it's been cold, but not freezing. It was a little colder right in here, but we're supposed to get up to fairly warm today, and then a little bit colder, dipping down about 10 degrees, which for us is cold. I know you guys think I have this conversation with myself all the time, that to other people, 65 is a beautiful day. I lived in a country where 65 was a beautiful day. But it's been an interesting few weeks with the weather here. And interesting is not always fun. So you guys, I'm going to quit complaining about being cold. You guys know cold. All right. And then I really want to do this, it's a needlework, needle keeper, but it's very small. And the fabric that they Sorry. The fabric that they gave, the I've never worked on a stitch count like this. The stitches are really small for me, and I couldn't see them, so I just said, forget it, I'm going to make mistakes. I think I put in 3 more stitches here and said, okay, that's enough for that. Lose that. And then for WIPGO, this month, 7 and 11. 11 for me, no, 7 for me was Erica Michaels' sewing bee, and I did the little pin pillow first, and I want to do the berry, but I decided to work on that later in the month since I was working on my winter berry, and also I had picked a berry for cross stitch camp. And the other call was for Black Halloween, and I don't want to work on a Halloween project when it's, Valentine and then Easter. And I think I explained that last time. And I don't remember, I think I hadn't even started on it here. Now, I want to have a picture of it here. It's on the tablet. I don't have it printed out because when I tried to print it out, the printer said, I'm not available right now. Nobody else was using it. It just said, no, not available. It was on. Don't we love our technology? Anyway, here I am. Now, this egg is supposed to be not solid. It was going to have a white outside and then this white pattern inside. And I just decided to just fill it in. And I did not use white because my Easter eggs are not white. So I did the pattern in white so you could see. I thought first about just doing the outline and the pattern in the blue color. And the more I thought about it, it's like the color of the egg is one thing, and then the pattern on the egg is another. It's not the way she designed it, but it's how I wanted to look at it. So there's another egg right here that I think I'm going to make like in a purple or a pink. I think there's a third one. I can't remember. But then there's little eggs down below in a basket. And I'm going to use whatever colors I pick for these big eggs to make those little eggs in the basket. And maybe one white egg. I don't know. And while I'm talking about this is the needle minder I earned in the Witchy Stitchy Challenge in Burberry.com's Witchy Stitchy Challenge in October. Isn't he cute? He came in the mail. I'm so happy. Now, the way she works it, she used to have it where you just would earn it and she would just send it to you. But that's a lot of postage with really no upside for her because it's got to cost her a fortune to make these. They're nice, right? And to participate in the challenge doesn't cost anything. So last time and this time, what she does is she puts when you've earned the badge, the thing, she has one there for you on the website. And if you order that with something else, you get free shipping on the something else and you get your little needle minder. So I ordered some threads and got my needle minded. And that brings us to Winter Cross Stitch Camp. Yeah, I want to do this one. I started doing that one. Now, on the pattern, you go around the whole thing with Morning Glory. And I picked a fabric that was very close in color to Morning Glory because I wasn't going to use silk gauze. And I started with it's a 32 count Belfast linen. I'll show you in a sec. And I may have shown you last week the color and all that. I don't know. So, but it's 32 count because I couldn't find a higher count in the color I wanted. So I could have ordered it, but I didn't want to order it. So I've spent this last week, I've wasted this last week on this project. So I think what I'm going to do is just for Cross Stitch Camp do this one and then work on that one later. However, if I do this on 32 count fabric, I am going to have to do it over 1 instead of over 2 in order to make it a reasonable size. And the reason, I'll show you right here. So this looks like I didn't start anything right here, but it was actually over to here, and it would have gone out even more, and I had stitched one of the diagonals. You see the diagonals right here? I had stitched that one, and I was just looking at it going, that is going to be enormous. And I don't care if they're exactly the same color, but I mean size, but it would be gigantic compared to the other ones. So I'm going to have to either do the little 1 over 1, and I can't do it 1 over 1 because this, you see how it barely shows up on here? Well, it shows up well enough if it's 2 over 2, but 1 over 1 is not, it doesn't show up at all. And 2 over 1 would, but I have to decide if I want to do that. Meanwhile, the month is ticking away. So I may just say, not these guys, not for this cross stitch camp. And I can go back to and just do this one. It's still part of a collection. And I was going to do it anyway. So I could do that, or I could do this bigger one. Or I could go ahead and go and do that 2 over 1. So I have a big decision to make, but I have to make it quickly because for Winter Cross Stitch Camp, it needs to be done by the end of the month. And I've already wasted 6 days. Yeah. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I love the color of that linen. I'm not sorry I bought it. I don't want to work on a higher count fabric because on a good day, it's hard for me to see 32 count. I have a lamp, I have a magnifier that I can use, but I don't. I prefer to just not have a lot of encumbrance. So I have to decide what I really want Do I want that cuter snowman? Or will any snowman do? I just love his buttons. Yeah. I don't really need any more snowmen, to be true, to be honest with you. Okay, so while I was looking for some threads, well, looking for anything to that I wanted to purchase, and they put it on hold for a whole year. I didn't have to do it right away for the little magnet. I thought I'll look up a snowman. I like snowman packages, snowman patterns, and I had seen on Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. I had seen she's doing the Snowman Collector series, and she's working on the first one, and I was like, oh, I love that. I'll look for that one. Embroidery.com didn't have it. Now, they had this snowman pattern, which I came this close to getting. I don't think that full coverage is for me, but it's stunning. So who knows? Anyway, I went to Stitch New England, since she was the one. Use her shop, since she's the one that got me hooked on the Snowman series. Now, I said, I'll find it there. And I saw it. And then I saw this one. I'm not going to take it out of the bag, so sorry about the shiny. See with this little sheep? This one's called the Shepherd. The first one is called the Needle Minder. And if I haven't put it up yet, I'll put it up here. But this is adorable. And I already know that I don't like the clown, which is the second one. And I don't know that I want to spend the money on patterns and fabric and threads to do all of them. So this may be the only one I pick. I don't know. Depends on what the others are, really. But I wouldn't have the whole set if I don't want to do the clown. I don't like clowns. They don't frighten me like they do my sister. I just don't, I don't care for them. So I did do 2 more rows of knitting, but you can't see it. So I didn't bring it over here. It looks exactly the same. And I wanted to work on the quilt, but I've just felt so awful this week. I'm starting to get where I can have my eyes. I slept most of the week, honestly. And I'm starting to get where I feel confident moving around and stuff. So hopefully I'll be a lot more productive in this week and have a lot more to show you. Hopefully a finished quilt top. I want to finish that quilt top because I want to, and I want to get that off my plate, and I've told myself, don't start any new quilt tops unless you've finished. Don't start any new quilts unless you've, gotten further with the ones you're working on. And I have the jacket I started, a quilted jacket. Can't remember what the pattern, tamarack jacket. And it was a challenge last spring, and you were supposed to use this stuff called Quilt Smart. And since I did the first stuff of it on the back with the Quilt Smart, and I hated it. I hated that product. It just felt like it was just not a good product. I'm hesitant to start again because if I don't use the Quilt Smart under the pieces to finish out the back, it'll have a different weight. And I can't just put plain interfacing because it'll be difficult to match it up, you know, the weight of that interfacing and everything. So I think on the back, I'm going to have to use the Quilt Smart product to finish off the panels for the back. And then on the front and arms, I can do something else. And it's such a big headache that I look at it and go, I really want to work on that. And I don't want to waste the fabric. And I think the pattern is cute. And my sister, you know, I really want to make her this jacket. And I don't want to UFO it. I mean, I could do something else, some other quilt pattern that has nothing to do with Quilt Smart, and you know, I could do a crumb quilt and get enough fabric together for the outside part of the quilt of the jacket. But I really liked what I picked to work on that. And it's just, I have to make some decisions what I'm going to do, because I wasted so much effort with this Quilt Smart stuff. I watched some videos on it, and it looks like it would make it easier. No. The whole idea is that you get your corners matched up exactly with very little effort, because the fabric is ironed onto the interfacing in a certain way. So when you sew it, all the corners match. I'd rather just get the corners to match, you know. So, and if they don't, is it the end of the world? I don't know. That is all I have. It hasn't even been half an hour. I'm hoping that I feel better the rest of the month of February, because I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of feeling run down. So we'll see how it goes and go from there. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me. I know I've been really low energy today. Oh, I wanted to say one more thing about Stitch, Stitch New England, the cross stitch shop that I ordered this from. Okay. I ordered it and got a notification that day that it was being shipped. I realize it's a small shop, but still, that's excellent customer service. And it came nicely packaged, and it was here right away. And I cannot recommend them higher. I mean, you know, they just, who sends it out the same day, you know? And like I said, I know that it's a one-person operation there, and well, maybe it is. I think it is. I even sent her an email complimenting her on her service. So I highly recommend ordering it from her if you need to order from somebody for your cross stitch needs. And she is keeping this collection. I mean, it's in her shop. And so if I can't find it at the attic, I think I'll order from her. I just like the experience. So that's everything. I want to start this. I want to start it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.